for joining in. Can you hear me? You can send me a message if you can hear me clearly. Okay, that's good. We still have 5 minutes to begin our yoga practice. So just a quick note, if you have your block, which looks something like this, or a cushion or a pillow handy, even a blanket or a throw, we still have some time. You can quickly go grab it.
Just talk to me.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes to begin, so get yourself comfortable on your mat. Could be your mat, your carpet, and as I just told you all, if you can get your block or a cushion or a pillow, that would be great. We are going to use for the beginning. That will help us to sit up nice and tall. So beginning today, we have this yoga practice offered by Hoboken Public Library for the next 5 weeks, every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. It's an half an hour practice. So if you are free, please join us. Hoboken Library is also offering other interesting online courses for the kids, for the adults. Do check it out. Yeah. Yeah. Almost there. My name is Priya and I am a certified yoga instructor. And I thank you all for joining in today for our today's yoga practice offered by Hoboken Public Library. While the Hoboken Library remains temporarily closed, I'll be offering yoga classes here every Tuesday on their Facebook page. Just one thing before we begin today. I just want you to listen to your body. Do what you feel right in the moment, depending on your level and practice of yoga. I now invite you all to take that block or a blanket or that cushion under your hips. That will help you to elongate your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Allow your hips to go heavy as you lift yourself up. Bring yourself here physically, mentally, and emotionally. Noticing how your body feels right now. And slowly deepening your breath. So since for the 6 or 7 weeks, we have all been experiencing this uncomfortable situation where we all are stuck in our homes, not able to see our friends, family. And this is really an uncomfortable situation for all of us. But yoga teaches us to find comfort in these uncomfortable situations. It helps us to focus our attention on the important things in our lives. On that note, bring in your palms together at the heart center. We'll begin our practice with one chant of Om. If you do not want to say Om, you can just hum it out. Take a deep inhale. Om. Gently bow your head to your heart and slowly lift your head up. Get your palms back onto your thighs. And let's begin with our asana practice. So get rid of the book or the blanket. And I'm going to start my music here. Can you start it? Beautiful. So let's all meet in a tabletop position where our hands are exactly under our shoulders. Knees are exactly under our hips. Toes are curled behind. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take a deep inhale and begin to lift your tailbone, the end part of your spine, and your heart up for our cow pose. Allow your belly to sink towards the mat. Exhale, uncurl the toes and round the spine up towards the ceiling. Notice the shoulder blades going away from each other. Draw that belly button in. Inhale and let your heart come forward again in our cow pose. Exhale, uncurl the toes and round your spine one more time, taking it up higher towards your ceiling. Inhale, one last time. Allow your heart and tailbone to lift up nicely. Exhale, uncurl your toes and round your spine. Inhale, Inhale, slowly come back to the neutral. Get your toes curled behind your back. Get your hands a little further away from where they are and allow your hips to sink into those heels. Coming into our bowing Vajrasana, tenting your fingers up so that your elbows are off the mat. Allowing your forehead to gently rest onto the mat. Reach your arms out in front and breathe. Inhale, slowly plant your palms and lift your hips up and back in our first downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. It could be your first downward facing dog, so take your time to tweak your pose by taking each heel towards the mat at a time, releasing tension from your calves, from the hamstrings, and then slowly coming to a still dog, pushing your armpits closer towards the top of your thigh bones. That will help you to lengthen your spine, lifting your tailbone a little higher. Inhale and begin to walk your feet up towards the front, coming into a forward fold or Uttanasana. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Head is released towards the mat. And keep pushing your hips towards the backside. Inhale and slowly sweep your arms up over your head. Take a stretch, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, join your palms together and bring them back to your heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. And if you would like to dedicate this practice to someone you love, please do it now. Inhale and begin to sweep your arms up over your head. Take a stretch. Clasp your fingers other than the index fingers and reach out your fingers up towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, begin to bend sideways on towards your right, noticing the stretch on the left side of your body. Keep your left foot planted firmly into the mat. Inhale, slowly come back to the center, and as you exhale your breath, let's take it over to the left side, pushing the right foot again into the mat. Inhale, slowly come up, and as you exhale, unclasp your fingers and begin to swan dive, keeping your back nice and flat, coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. Now you can keep your hands on the floor or on the block, whatever you feel comfortable in. Inhale, keeping your fingertips onto the mat, or maybe on your shin bones, lift your heart halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of the right foot. Left leg goes back into a low lunge. So the toes and the fingers are in one line. Left leg is lifted up towards the ceiling. Make this leg nice and strong. Don't allow it to collapse. Hold it here. Keep pushing the left heel towards the backside. Make sure that the right knee is exactly above the right ankle. Low lunge on the right side. Now keeping your left fingertips onto the mat, lift your right arm up for an easy early twist in our low lunge. Make sure that the back leg is still nice and strong, lifted up. Exhale and slowly bring that right arm down. Allow your left knee to come onto the mat Uncurl the left toes. As you inhale your next breath, begin to sweep your arms up over your head, pushing your pelvis forward, allowing your biceps to frame your ears. Anjaneyasana. Keep pressing the right ball mound into the mat. That will help you to maintain balance in this pose. Exhale. Slowly bring your arms down to frame the right foot. Lift the left leg up. Right leg goes back into a plank. Now make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Fingers are again nicely spread onto the mat. Belly button is drawn in. Hamstrings are lifted up towards the ceiling. And keep pushing those heels towards the backside. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly bring your knees down. Uncurl the toes and lower your front body down. Hands are exactly outside the chest. Elbows are hugging the torso. Inhale and allow your heart and head to come up gently. For our first back bend, Bhujangasana or the Cobra pose. Make sure the shoulders are going away from your ears as you keep pressing your toenails into the mat. Exhale. Slowly go down. Curl your toes behind and lift yourself up again in downward facing dog. Keep breathing. Inhale and begin to walk your feet again up towards the front, coming into our forward fold or Uttanasana. If reaching your fingers again to the mat is difficult, get the help of your block. That will help you to raise the floor. Inhale and sweep your arms up over your head. Coming into Urdhva Hastasana. Take a big inhale here again. And as you exhale, begin to sink your hips down. Coming into an awkward chair pose, Utkatasana. Your weight may shift onto your heels. You can keep distance in between your feet, that's fine. Scoop your tailbone in. Don't round the shoulders. If keeping your hands here is difficult at this time, get your hands here in prayer position. Anjali Mudra. Keep breathing. Engage your core. Lift your heart up. Beautiful. Exhale. Slowly begin to fold forward again. Coming into our forward fold. Keeping our fingertips onto the mat or on the shin bones. Inhale, lift your heart halfway up. Keeping your spine nice and parallel to the ground. Pushing your hips behind. Exhale. Prepare to go back into a lunge. So plant your hands on either side of the left foot. Right leg goes back. Toes and fingers are in one line. Right hamstring is lifted up. Knee is lifted up. Keeping your gaze forward. Keep your right fingertips onto the mat. And as you inhale, lift your left arm up for an easy early twist. Exhale. Slowly begin to get your arm down. Get your right knee down. Uncurl the right toes. And begin to push your pelvis forward as you take your arms up over your head. Notice the stretch in the quads, inner thighs, and keep pressing that left ball mound into the mat for stability. Exhale, slowly bring your hands down to frame the left foot. Lift your right leg up. Left leg goes back into a plank. And as you exhale, slowly bring down your knees, uncurl the toes, and get your front body down onto the mat. Forehead is rested onto the mat. Inhale. Gently allow your heart to come up for Bhujangasana or Cobra. Exhale. Slowly bring it down. Curl your toes behind. And lift yourself up in downward facing dog again. Take 3 full breaths here. In through your nose and out through your mouth. To come back to the natural rhythm of our breath. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and step it through in between your hands to the front of the mat, planting that left foot to make it parallel to the shorter edge, lifting your torso up, getting your hands on either side of your torso at shoulder height, coming in our warrior 2 pose, Vinyasa Flow Yoga, a little modification in our warrior pose. Keep pressing the outer left corner of your foot into the mat. Keep your torso in the center. It has a tendency to lean forward or backwards. So mindfully keep it here in the center as you reach out in both the directions through your fingers. Draw your belly in and keep your gaze onto the right fingertips. Inhale, flip the front palm, and as you exhale, bring it back. For our reverse warrior, make sure that the bend in the front knee is still there. Inhale, slowly come back to warrior 2, and as you exhale that breath, plant the right arm onto that right thigh. Left arm comes up and over the left ear for extended side angle pose, creating one line of energy from the left outer edge of your foot to the left fingertips. Beautiful, you guys. Inhale, slowly come back to warrior 2 and begin to straighten your front leg. Get your hands onto your hips. Quarter turn that right foot to make it parallel to the shorter edge. So at this point, I have both my feet nice and parallel to the shorter edges of the mat. Push yourself down into the mat and lift yourself up from the pelvic floor, lifting your heart up, making your side body nice and long. Inhale, and as you exhale, keeping your back nice and flat, hinging from the hips, slowly bow forward in our wide-legged forward fold or Prasavita Uttanasana. You may increase the stance in between your feet, or if you notice any discomfort in your knees, you can have a micro bend in your knees. Just let it go. Keep breathing. Inhale and slowly lift yourself up back again and back to warrior 2 towards the front, towards the right side. And then slowly get your hands down to frame that right foot in low lunge. Right leg goes back into a plank or Balasana. And as you exhale your breath, we are going to take our Vinyasa, which is get our knees down, ankle our toes, lower our front body down. Inhale for a cobra. And exhale it out in downward facing dog. So the same set of poses, we are going to take it on the other side, onto the left side. So on your next inhale, lift your left leg up and step it through in between your hands to the front of the mat. Plant your right foot to make it parallel to the shorter edge and lift lift your torso up, coming into our warrior two. Keep drawing your legs towards each other. That will help you to get engagement in all the muscles. Keep your gaze soft onto the left fingertips. Inhale, flip the front palm. As you exhale, let's take it back for our reverse warrior. Opening the left side of our body, creating space over there. Inhale, slowly come back to warrior two. And as you exhale, plant your left arm onto that left thigh. Right arm comes up and over the right ear. As you take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Inhale and slowly lift yourself up back again in warrior two and begin to straighten your front leg. Get your hands onto your hips. Quarter turn that left foot. Let's get ready for another version of Prasarita or wide-legged forward fold. So this time we are going to crisscross our fingers behind our back. Draw them towards the mat. Take a big inhale. Lift your heart up. And as you exhale, begin to hinge from your hips, keeping your back nice and flat. Slowly reaching down, bowing down. Lifting your arms away from your back. Keep breathing. Inhale. And slowly lift yourself up again. Back to warrior two towards the left side. And on your next out breath, let's take our vinyasa. So get your hands to frame that left foot. Left leg goes back into a plank. As you exhale your next out breath, get your knees down, uncurl your toes, lower your front body down. Inhale for a cobra. Keep pressing your toenails into the mat. Get your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, slowly bring yourself down. Curl your toes behind and lift your hips up and back in our downward facing dog again. Take 3 full breaths here, in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. And on your 4th out breath, get your knees down onto the mat. Allow your big toes to touch behind. Let your knees go out wide. And just sink into that space for our child's pose or Balasana. Arms are relaxed onto the mat. Forehead is nicely rested onto the mat. Just surrender yourself to this moment. Notice where you feel your breath right now. Notice where your mind is right now. Inhale and slowly lift yourself up. So let's come on to our sitting bones. With our knees bent, pointing up towards the ceiling. Hands are behind the knees, sitting up nice and tall. Spine is nicely lifted up. Inhale and begin to shift your weight onto your sitting bones. For our boat pose or Savasana, get a bend in your knees and get your hands out on either side. So let's hold our boat pose for 5 counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly get your hands behind your knees. Relax your feet onto the mat and lower yourself 1 vertebrae at a time onto the mat. Head should be the last thing to come back down. Get your hands on either side of your body. Plant your feet hip width apart. Knees are exactly above the ankles. Gather your shoulders behind your back. That will help to establish the lower back curve. And get your palms facing down on either side of your torso. Now again, press through all four corners of your feet. As you take a deep inhale and lift your pelvis off the mat for Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose. Keep hugging those knees in towards each other because they have a tendency to splay out. Keep your chin away from your chest as you continue to gather energy from your feet and from the back of your skull, sending it up through your belly into each foot. Keep breathing. With your next exhale, slowly lower your pelvis back onto the mat. Extend your left leg out. Make sure that you plant your left leg firmly into the mat. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Draw the right knee in towards the chest for wind relieving pose or Pavan Muktasana. Slowly release the right leg back onto the mat. Lift the left leg up. Hug in towards the chest. Keep that right leg onto that mat firmly planted. Now hug both your knees in towards the chest. Give them a warm hug for all the work which you did on the mat today, irrespective of the teacher. Yoga is an act of self-care, self-love. Beautiful. Now slowly release your legs onto the mat. Let them be as wide as your yoga mat. Allow your arms to come on either side of your body, palms facing up. As we get ready for the main pose of the day, Savasana, or the corpse pose. Relax your forehead. Allow your eyes to sink in. If you wish to take a swallow, take it. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Separate your lips. And just be here in this moment with your breath. Surrendering yourself to Mother Earth. Allowing your back body to go heavy into that mat. Relaxing your chest, your belly, your arms, your thighs, calves, and toes. Slowly begin to move your fingers, wiggle your toes, bend your knees and hug them towards the chest. gently roll onto your right side and push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll close our practice with one chant of Om. So bring in your palms together at your heart center in prayer position. Take a big inhale. Slowly bow your head to your heart in gratitude for the gift of this sunny day in our lives. Namaste. So thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Please like, share or comment below. If you have any questions, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And please tune in again on next Tuesday at 5 o'clock for our next session of Vinyasa Flow Yoga. The doors of the library are closed, but Hoboken Library is doing a great job by offering various online programs and resources at their website, which is hobokenlibrary.org, and do check it out their Facebook page as well. Thank you. Namaste.